not. Look like it's tearing space over the other direction. Dude, hold on. Whoa. You gotta give it a second to do it. Jesus, though. Come on, you gotta give it a second. And what's weird is it's actually clear. Hold on a minute. It's like jamming all over the place. Jeez, but anytime I turn around, every time I figure it out, I figure it out. Anyway, there's all these, I don't know what there's all these other, but those things, and then like, all right, now if I leave this direction, it won't happen. I mean, it will happen once I, yeah, not once I, yeah. But this one is like weird too. Like, what was this? What was this? I need the camera filming both directions. See, and then I hear these weird planes, weird whatevers. Hold on, I know that was worth a spin for you, but so I feel like the hold on, it's coming this way now. I think something, or they send these things in, and I don't know, but there's definitely a change in the. Holy cow, I missed a good one to the right of me. So when they changed weather modification and engineering to mimicry, I mean, which they did do, and I'm like, let me. Oh boy. So what's he doing? I hear those in like, I mean, I hear the birds, but I also hear that they are macaws. But why are all these things just flying around that? I don't know. And so I feel like after one does fly through, it gets weird. So almost like they're igniting it. Because, like, that was bright. Like, stupendously bright. And then you see him, like, hop, 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 skip away. Like, I saw something flash when I was. It looks eerie weird out here. Whoa. Yeah, I don't think it's heat lightning. Huh? Cuckoo. Whoa, sheesh. Sheesh. I actually, like, held tight. Whoa. I was gonna say, why is there. Those are the flowers, but they're glowing. No, it's just darkness, but it won't be. See? Okay, so little plain light type thing. And then it'll probably be like, brown, brown, brown. The heat dome. There you go. No, what are you talking about? Do I see a heat dome? Hold on. Where do you see a, where's the heat dome? These stupid words. Straight in front of me. Because it's mimicry. Like, what kind of color was that? That's what I'm getting at. Or been getting at. And then it like looked like a tear in the fabric behind. And hey, the moon is way. Why is the moon right? Oh, okay. Now I see what you're saying. Kind of has a dome. Is that what they mean when they say this stupid shit? I do notice what you're saying now. Oh, is it a big thunderstorm? Because I don't think it is necessarily. Well, I mean, Bertha is happening. That is south. Wait, that's. No. West is over this direction. Yes, it. Dang it, I missed that one. There was some bit. This is west. Nathan, this is west because this is the way that I know I am. But. Oh, is it now? You always know so much. But there's a lot of flyers, so I feel like they fly in, do something weird, and then we get these weird things that happen. You identified a constellation? Whoa. Oh, look, there's bombs. I mean, where's Ontarius? No, probably. I don't get to see constellations ever anymore. And I one, and I am going to the eye doctor in the morning, but it is kind of dome-like mushroom.
Up there.
Whoa, when you just did that, like an ET thing, like something lit up right there. There were some really good ones. The other direction, it looked like a, and I came out this morning, and it didn't look like much, but then when I watched it back, because it did say again about the aurora borealis, blah blah blah, which I feel like it's like that all the time. But then you notice like these little plane lights or drone whatever's, I think they send those in, and then shit like that happen.
Yeah, I can feel a little rain actually.
Oh, he can feel the rain. Is this supposedly the heat dome? Woo. This is south. It probably is Mars right above you. Okay, wait, I do see a star now, but I mean, oh, you're right. Yeah, that is Scorpio. It's right, that's, well, I'm missing a bunch of the mimicry. Wonder what this storm's doing. Oh, this storm was, actually, I screen recorded, and I just never uploaded it. The weather. Whoa, that was over Louisiana, because this was doing some weird stuff there. I thought it just easier to... I mean, you can't even... Whoa. You're going to go in the refrigerator. But yeah, that orange one is on terrace. I don't know what that blue dot's all about. How come it's clear enough to see stars, but it doesn't add up to me fully. I mean, if it's heat lightning, then the heat lightning has adapted. That's what I'll say. To pink. But I mean, we get those pinks. The Sahara zones. Oh my goodness. Oh, what I was trying to say is when I watched the playback of whatever I filmed this morning, go figures, and then like remotely see, but it's like clear enough for that. And what was that blueness? You actually might be right. That could be over the bay. I did just hear a drop or two of something. Good Lord. But then I hear like plane like things too. And it's been pretty consistent. the heat dome. I mean, it could be. Since we were just randomly making, like, that was the most lightning-like thing there was ever today. But then, see, I'll see planes. We'll see. I don't know. And that's pretty, like, low, too. Also, whoa. When I watched the footage of whatever I shot this morning, I'm telling you, there's lots of artificials right now. Of course, it went all cuckoo crazy, cucaracha. But why would, if it, I don't know. I'm like, well, that's quite the, like, jeez Louise. Okay, so that happened too? I don't know, man. She says she don't know. I mean, I keep hearing them use the word heat dome, but I don't know what to think of it. And he's like, that's a dome. Like, it doesn't take much energy to actually create a bunch of energy, if that makes sense. It was super fog. I don't know. Is fog the right word? It's blizzard skies. I haven't seen them this clear. Goodness gracious. This is really bright. This is really bright. And I do think the moon is, like, way south. Like, I don't even think it came, I don't know. And then you gotta, like, not jump, but, like, move over here quick. You get these ones. And I was trying to show that cloud, but I mean, I think that, oh, don't do it, because then you're like, why does it do that? See, so like what, half of it is going to be wide and half of it is not? I guess. Oh, comments. Okay, hello. But he is right, that is Scorpio. Well, there's a Scorpio in the chat. Interesting. There goes, well, word. Yeah, it's under the dome, all right. How come that it, and by the way, vertical is up and down, horizontal, right? Yeah, but when you, on this thing, it don't work like that. It's the opposite. I mean, it's kind of domey. Whoa. What was that? That sounded like bigger than a raindrop. I don't understand how. What are those? Is houses where I always see the light in between those two houses. Whoa. Just got really bright where we were just looking, but we're not looking there anymore. It is strange up here. Like, for sure strange. Like, what are those? It's just raining right over that house. And seeing lots of flyers doing weird stuff. And then you get these weird, super bright any second now. Well, this end is non-stop, but as soon as I turn away from that one, it'll go between. A freaking firework display. That is Scorpio, yeah. Well, that's what I was trying to go for wide. But if it gets out, I was trying to look at Mars and I held it straight up and you can't do that. And it's backwards on the verticalness and the horizontal of it all. There's the macaws again. I mean, that's what I've been told. Like, I don't know if that one's supposed to be there or not. They were very pink a little bit ago. Some white, some all sorts of things. So we had like one baby little strike. No strikes, rather. Something that looked like lightning. Because that looks more like, I don't know. But I do feel like the moon is in the wrong place. I don't understand why it's that far south. Because aren't the moon and the sun supposed to follow the same freaking path of trajectory? Yes, no. I mean, they are, and I know that they do, supposedly, allegedly, they do that. It's called the ecliptic. Going to the eye specialist in the morning, so, like, maybe then I'll be able to see a constellation. Like, I can see it now because it's in the frame, but and back there is where I get the, that was bizarre, but I don't know why that looks like that, but it just does. There's a lot of people flying around. There's a lot of people flying around like they're not supposed to be or something. I'm not sure, but there is, because those aren't stars that move. I mean, I don't know. Are we moving or are the stars? See if I try to hold it up again, is it going to switch back to the direction I wanted it to be in? It'll just flip into star mode. Maybe. What is that blue looking thing that every so often, like, I don't expect answers per se, but heat dome. I can't say it with a straight face. I'm in here talking like a baby. There. It is warm. It does feel like heat is like being brought in on us. Oh no. Now can I get more this way since I'm in the right? Orientation. It is. I don't know what they're bringing in, but I feel like something. I missed that one. Something caught my eye when you were at this. I'm still curious though, since you're inside and I'm outside. What window? I mean, what light am I seeing from my bedroom when my bedroom is over there? What light is shining through my window on the regular? I'm not sure. There were some really good ones in this direction when I first walked out here. Whoa, you got your brights on? Well, I can't see much with you doing that. But what you can see when car lights are doing that is you can see the frequency. Because I noticed the sirens are different, way different, always changing. And to sounds I'm not used to. Foreign sirens. Does that make sense? Alien sirens. And so when the cars do come with the bright lights, is that moving? No one knows. When I watched whatever I shot this morning, when I watched the playback of it, there was a lot of color bouncing around. I mean, I don't mean like that. And if I zoom in, it'll probably like. I mean, like the hide and seek, peeky peeky boo, fourth dimensions, fifth dimensions, the ethers, all these things they didn't tell anybody about on purpose. Like your field. See, and then you can hear like the planes again. I'll try to go slow so it's not super whatever the word is. It's like I feel like we'll let's just test it and then I'm going back in. But whatever he's doing, and then let's find out if. Oops. I feel like it did just do that. I zoomed in because that will screw you up every time. But it like is clear out here, sort of. I do want to test my hypothesis. Because I am curious. Alright, so you just went through there. That's why I wanted it wide. And it was wide to start, even though it thinks that wide is vertical, which is one reason. It got to the point where it was happening so much. Okay, I did just get a little flash over here. It wasn't, yada yada. Dude, I don't know, but it's like bringing in heat. Literally. So that must be what caught my eye from. Yeah, where's the bright ass light that I see through my window? Or it doesn't make any sense. It really doesn't. Because there is no bright light somewhere in the city. Mama's zooming and looking so pretty. Don't ask, I don't know. Don't ask me, cause I don't know. I just think there's a lot of fliesy things. And not another conspiracy, what have you. Well, look, like, where are these things coming from? What was that? Like, just dropping things off? I feel like, yes. Like, I mean, I really don't need to see you, but that's supposed to be him. I mean, how do I say what I say? Like, yeah. What made you say that? Whoa. That looked like red lights flashing and something, you know, we turned the something into a fire. Jeez. I mean, they're not no conspiracy when they end up being true. I think that's the thing of it. Anyway, you slice it, belief is one heck of a drug. And, yeah. And, yeah. I was thinking, I don't know what you just said, but see, there's another one, too. I was thinking of April 20 something, 1992. There was a riot on the streets. Tell me, where were you? You were at home watching your TV. While I was something in some anarchy. First, what the hell was that? Oh, it's a car. Okay. But, like, this is like clockwork. This dude. Just saying. Like, you're really kind of picking up speed, I feel like, too. And, I mean, I know you're making the plane noises, but don't drop shit on me. Oh, God. I'm like, oh, God. I was gonna say C, but, like, it seems to be that, like, you get, they did change it from weather modification, weather, whatever, engineering to mimicking. Weather mimicry. And the moon does seem to be also, if we're gonna go there. A little far south. Considering that it's supposed to land, that it's, well, I mean, I don't know where it's gonna, whatever, but that's what I don't also understand. The sun's been setting, like, I don't know, there, and the moon, what is these noises? I don't know. But, like, at the same time, it's kind of clear. Oh, you just decided to leave. And then I hear weird noises. I don't love that. Whoa. It was better wide. And I don't know what's making that noise. And I don't really want to find out, I don't think. It's like raining on that side of the street, I guess, but not this one. I can hear it. And then I also see weird shit. And then I also see weird shit. Like these bright white clouds. Hang on, let me get over here for this one. Oh, they might be bringing in mosquitoes. It really is raining on that side of the street. First time I ever saw that was like that is a trip. But I mean, it was raining like hard. I mean, there's a lot of fire inners for whatever the fudge this is. I mean, what was that? Dude, it is getting hot. Like, almost suffocating. I mean, not like literally, but pretty close. Because everybody in the hood has had it up to here. It's getting harder and harder each and every year. Like, that don't even look right, but I don't know that it's going to show up really. I mean, I guess it's raining over there. There's a lot of crap. See what's weird is I don't see that star with my eye. Well, now you don't look like a crab in this photography. Whew. Like, it got warm. It's getting warmer. What is that about? And, like, what kind of water machine is that? I did just feel something in my ear, though. I saw her when she was getting some ketchup. They say it was for the something and not for the something, but if you, it's about these effed up something and these, it's about coming up and staying on top and remember, oh. Now she knows God spoke from all around. Ding, 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 ding. Ding, 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 ding. As long as I'm alive, I'm gonna live illegal. That's a song quote, not me talking and giving confessions. But, like, Scorpio just went into action, if that's supposed to be the nation of the constellation. Since that day, my living room's been much more comfortable. Because everybody in the hood has had it up to here. It's getting harder and harder, even every year. Yeah, my brain. Memory. Like, that is way too many people flying in. And that sounds more like an animal scratching. And I mean, I guess I do have a little bit of storage. Blah, 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 blah. But, I don't want to waste it. Or use it. Not waste it, but. Like, excuse me. This is a really pretty constellation if you have dark skies. And, like, right where the moon is like the fountainhead with the 1, 2, 3 spray thing. Like, looks like a fountain sprinkler system. But the lightning the other night, or day, I think it was daytime actually, which makes it weird, kind of. And there was thunder too. They were using the thunder machine that day, okay? Oh, happy birthday. Happy birthday. Well, they were using thunder machines that day. They were, because it was loud. Any which way. Whatever I filmed, because I was like, maybe I'll catch some cool lightning. And, well, oh, it's like red beamy. You have pink lightning where you are? I guess it's lightning. I don't think it's regular, but yeah. I just see a lot of planes flying, and then it gets so bright that it's like daylight looking. And then this one want to fly into, ooh. I was about to tell her about your Jeep, but you can tell her. But you can tell her, feller. So is it by you, Connie? Because you're, I don't know, south and west, right? Well, I don't know about south, but west for sure. I saw her when she came out. They were getting some peppers. What did I say a minute ago? Ketchup. Dude, it doesn't matter which way I point this. Like, somebody will flash their stupid flashers. And I would like to say that's a Big Dipper, but it's all alleged at this point in time. But where did he come from? Like, where did they come from? Where did they go? Where do we go when we fall asleep? Dude, it's hot. Are you guys macaws or gnolls? These are the clearest skies we've had in a long time, and I don't even know that they're all. Are you a macaw? You're in my tree, I think. Whoa. It's like, you guys live there and over here? And back there, okay. Okay. I think there's this also April 20, whatever date that is, 1992. There was some date I just heard about that was the same date, but like 1906 or something. Something crazy happened there. This, that, and the other, all sorts of craziness, just whatever observations. Which is funny that it, literally the description of the channel is this, that, and the other, and you wouldn't think it would be literally 3 words with an and sign because, see, that's awfully pink. I talk a lot, so it's kind of funny to me. It looked like a tear in the time fabric in space over here when I first got out here. Yes, yes, repeat like a parrot. That's kind of what I'm doing. And I don't know what that is. That's not a pole flag thing. So what's that about? Like there, see, that's not lightning to me. But I don't know. Call it what you will. Looks more like a damn plasma ball, but I moved because nobody asked me, but nobody asked me, but I moved because I started to get, yeah, that is nice. Red. And then you see a lot of things fly through there, so I mean, I don't know. And there is like a pole over there, but it's a red light flash. So I'm not sure what's going on over here. That. Oh, but why? Okay, Nathan, Mr. Know-It-All, always knows. Did they say come out and say that? Nate, that's not the tower thing. If one, we can't see that one, and two, hold on. Like cars will just stay there. The other car just staying there, no. But cars will just stay here. I don't even know what that means, but ultimately, at the same time I do. Okay, wait. Did they come out and actually say that? Because the reason I say that is because, well, what do I think? I think that they could be one. Who knows? At this point in time, like I thought I was pretty. Like, okay, that is a tower. The red one is, and yes, there is one that direction, but like it ain't that. I know that there are things in the sky that are like ours, artificial, and drones, and I also know that there's things in the sky that is not that. And the 5G tower doesn't light up anyway. But I don't know where the red light is that normally flashes like that, and it's like changing pulsations, unless they are literally sending out. Well, the doorway, that's one way to put it. Portal, portal. I guess this is the first time in 26 years that, hang on, dude, people have almost ran me over. Literally, hold on. They really have. And I don't know how it's that hard to see me, but see, this is my point. They just like pull up and do nothing. Like, why are you just doing that? Yeah, I tend to agree. Oh, it's the first time in 26 years. Like, why is it just sitting there? And then look at this plain flyer boy. Hang on, not that blue thing. Why are you just sitting there for? I mean, this happens to me pretty often. Well, this happens to me pretty often. Okay, they're getting mail, supposedly, but they could just be pretending to. Well, they could just be pretending to. This is the first time in 26 years, if it is correct, that CERN is off, as well as, I guess there's another one. I forget what the location is. You look like you're on a mission. That homie say it's impossible. What, just, something just like flashed across the thing, because, first time in 26 years that there's no particle collider on, is what I'm trying to say. So they say. And then, I mean, what, didn't the Pope go opening something and he's dead now? Do you live here? I don't know. But, so there's that. And I mean, I don't know. Like, I get these weird things that light up in, like, at my same level, not even high in the sky. But what is that? Like, if I stare over here, I get weird stuff on the regs. Regs. Like, so what kind of plane's that, people? I don't know. Seeing that probably did not look right either. Like, I never noticed it as much as it is. Does that come out right? Until I rewatch it. I am a truther, but you know what? I've come to figure out is that, Howard, hey, how is Norway? How is Norway? You guys have fires there? We have crazy. See, that looks like beamy to me. And I bet on the playback it will be also. That is a Scorpio constellation, allegedly. Do you guys have fires? Lurk. Lurking is good sometimes. Sometimes good to lurk. Okay, so if that's a 5G tower, what was that? Like an Orion impression? Because I don't know. Nate, did they just put 3 new towers there? It's not the tower, dude. But the cognitive dissonance be real. Real all up in my life. I loved you more. They're trying to usher in something. And matter of fact, if I remember right, the CERN, whatever, whenever they, around that Pope time, I feel like they said that they, like, had found something in, I don't know, almost like Stranger Things or something, and were chasing it around. I don't know, don't quote me on that, but I'm sure if you, like, Google that up, you'll be able to find out. I haven't checked, actually. Yeah, that's what I thought. I mean, I didn't think that you had a lot of, fires there. Whoa. But, Ben brought you up the other night. I guess last night, this morning, I don't know. And, I thought he said something about fires being over there. Heat dome. We could say that. Israel, yeah. Dude, when I found out that Israel only became a country in like 1940, I was very surprised. Only because I also know, and this is like factual, which I like to try and speak in factual, or I like to try to speak with substance and factual statements if possible. Every single president we had from George Washington moving forward has always said in their acceptance speech something to the effect of either this exact line of our alliance with Israel is unbreakable and or unshakable, one of the two. Like, they mix it up, but every single year. And I'm like, all the way back to George Washington, there's no way. But there is a way. And maybe it was the Jewish people, I don't know. Bon Jovi just popped in my head. You give a bad name. I don't give anybody a bad name, but like, I don't know. What's in the name? So I think I said what I got out. Because even before I came out here, I was saying I feel real weird. Yeah, I was wondering, was he a time traveler? Because, like, what's time anyway? Dark, well, yeah. I mean, I think they all are dark. I don't even know what's going on in the world. Like, I don't watch news, really. So unless it's, like, trickles down, I don't like giving it my energy. Unless it trickles down. That don't look right. I don't know, man. Like, homeboy inside, born and raised here, but 25 years here, and I'm gonna say is not the same. Homegirl that was just in the chat too, born and raised here, and today's her birthday, and she's older than homeboy back there. And they both grew up here. So you tell me, like, I don't know. The Floridians by birth are like, oh yeah, it's all fine, and I'm like, I don't know, because like when I moved here, the Gulf is like one, not surfable. You will see people with surfboards. Surfboard? No, don't do that. That's how they get you with that 808 machine and the catchy hook and the this and the that. But like, I also have to wonder, where are they dropping right now? Hopefully nothing, but like literally this side of the street. I mean, I don't know, I'm in the middle, so. But I hear things to the only one direction of me. Whoa. 1992. Oh, you know what? We own that. I have that in my house, the Illuminati card game. Yeah. Yeah. And speaking of that, that made me think of, because I've seen the card of the towers, kind of messed up. APB, hey babe, good to see you. The unfortunately, because like everybody has a biofield, they call it an aura. Oh, that's woo woo. No, it's not. Science has always referred to it as one's energy body, but that's all woo woo, right? It's because it's anatomy. They don't want you to know about. Whole 6 feet apart. How to watch how I speak. 1984. Okay, a lot of things went into deployment in regard to one's biofield, because like what what better way to, I don't feel like, what is that like, it's not, I don't know. Oh, I missed a good one, but dude, Nephilim, it even sounds like they fell. Nephil, yeah. What's weird is before I even got outside and knew any of this was happening, I said I feel weird, like I had eaten some type of substance when I haven't. And then it's all weird out here, but it's always weird out here lately. It is hot. Like, it's, I mean, I don't know, I feel like it's warmer now. Dude, these data centers, kind of crazy. Yet, I don't even know why Pinellas County would be an option. Clearwater Beach, St. Pete, over there, you would think they'd want to keep that. They don't give a diddly do-rah, hoorah, do they? They're voting on it or something, but why would you want to put data centers in the I do not know. I'm not down with it. Like, I'm not down with it. I'm not down with the sickness. I'm truly not. I feel like there is a lot of people getting sick these days. That long ago. Well, isn't that the Atlantis Lemurian story? I wonder what time it is in Norway. Are you still lurking, Howard? Oh, you're probably in the future. It's the next day there for sure. For sure. I feel like we're like 8 hours apart. Virtual friends are cool. Virtual friends are cool. Richie from Boston. Is that, wait. Did you, okay. Is it audio? Okay. Is he the one that's talking about is what is real Israel and about the presidents? Because that might be who, he does have an accent, and the reason I don't know, can you leave? Oh, I guess it is, okay, and he's funny as shit, and some of it maybe doesn't come across, I don't know the channel, like I only, whew, fudge, they like brought the heat in for real, dude, so like it wouldn't be hard to like make, I was saying it doesn't take much energy to make more energy, but that, oh, there's a lightning looking thing. That was the best one they did with their mimicry. Um, yeah, oh, it is real. It's very real if you look at the crazy, like nasty stuff on my channel. I mean, it's kind of fascinating, but it's not that fascinating when it's happening to you. And I feel like the chemtrails are bugs, but I don't think they're like real. I don't know. It's weird for the longest time. I guess it's called flight of speech when you just go off on a tangent, but it kind of connects. Crap. Okay. If you can type in his channel, that would be great. Or leave a comment with it, because I heard a bunch of what that man said for like probably like a couple weeks. Well, I bet it's complex. I bet it's super complex. Um, okay, a friend of mine was restreaming Richie from Boston. Okay, that's literally the channel. Okay. Um, that's where I found out about the president thing with the unbreakable, unshakable, which the Kimmy Schmidt thing. I think that was like a mockumentary. I don't know how else to say it. Either way, no, I'm gonna thank you for that. I'm glad nobody that I know. Well, I didn't know about that dude, but he knows some stuff. A lot of things I don't think he's wrong on. That was to your comment. They building something, because I've literally caught the grid on film. Like, when I say grid, and what's the moon doing? It looks like two balls and then like a Hershey kiss on the top. Nathan, that flashing thing has not been consistent at all. The framework, the beamery, like, like, it's weird in life when you like feel so solid about, oh, I don't know, let's just say since the moon's there, like, oh, we went to the moon, you're so solid that we did, or then you find out other things and you're like, no, we didn't, but then you're like, my point is, when you get, it's interesting how, like, I don't know, sometimes it can be 6 months, sometimes it's 6 years, sometimes it's whatever, how you can be 100% like, you'll die on this hill because you believe a certain thing, which belief is one heck of a drug, but either which way, when you're so strong on something on one end, and then, well, I mean, that's a lot of deprogramming, and it's a lot of, like, work, time, effort, when you realize that pretty much everything you've been told is, the closest thing to truth we was told, I believe, is that, you are what you eat, which, that's a whole other thing, but that was leading me back to finish a thought that I had started earlier in response. but it's hard to think sometimes. And that was like right in front of me. It's not that it's hard to think, it's that they're jumbling and jambling our... See, that don't look right to me. And I know when I rewatch it, it definitely won't look right to me. And there's a lot of, like, I don't know. um, so I bet you it's the unbreakable and the unshakable thing that me saying that you were like, do you watch, dude? So thank you for sharing the channel, because like I said, I watched it on somebody else was restreaming it, and I never actually got the channel. Because he has some good things to say. I didn't know if it was old, if it was... I wasn't sure. And I really never heard anybody talk like that. I mean, the pieces of the puzzle, he put a lot of pieces of the puzzle together, and I think that's just happening in general. I started to go in with the Trump time traveling. Not that it's nonsense, because what's time anyway, except for a good way to, like, a construct to keep us running around. And why is everybody outside right now? I mean, they're allowed to be, but where you don't have time remotely to even, like, if I was, not that I don't do any of this political stuff, but if I was in charge of something, I would say, if you are employed and you have good insurance, they should not just give you, like, PTO, paid time off. You should have doctor days, because when I had really good insurance when I was working, I didn't really get to use it all that much because I'm always working. So that boils back to the thing of, I'm not always working now, but it boils back to, see? Whoa. Yeah. Brain isn't working all that great. Yeah, it's definitely around us. I think everything has an undercarriage to it. Like an underside. I mean, I'm in frickin' Florida for like a ripple one. You would not think there's anything underneath you, but there is. Matter of fact, I don't even know if you knew this, Nate, but when Brian went to the spring recently, which I didn't know that Weeki Wachee was the entrance, like legitimately the entrance, because I knew Florida had the most freshwater springs of, like, I think the world, but it said most cavernous state, and I was like, since when? Because I come from, like, the North, Midwest or whatever, which really isn't, I don't call it, it's about to pour rain, I don't know. I guess it's always been cavernous, and Weeki Wachee, if you're watching, Nathan, it's, the entrance, and, like, I guess you can go under, like, Brian went down there and he saw the beginning, and scuba divers, because that one place, Devils, whatever it's called, so many devil things here. What am I trying to say? We can do it. That aquifer goes from, like, just north of me. See, even the dogs are freaked out. North of me at Weeki Wachee all the way up to North Carolina. So, I mean, I guess you can't scuba that far in, like, a trip, but any which way, because they try to, like, make you think that, no, that's not what's going on. Oh, to answer what I was initially saying is, like, come to find out, telling the truth is kind of frowned upon. There we go. Finished that one, thank goodness. That was bothering me. That's why I had to just spit it out. Time traveling Trump. That was, like, my best hope for any of that. I was like, maybe he's a time traveler here to help us. This is a while ago. This is a while ago. But I don't pay much, because the books were so, like, what? Like, the Baron and his time travel journeys, and then, like, the Dawn is the one that, like, brought him up. Bizarre stuff. And with that, they just keep us super busy, so can't anybody, like, even begin to think about it. And I kind of do think the chemtrails are somewhat bugs, because for the longest time I was running around with all this weird stuff happening to me that nowhere. If you do bring it up, they tell you you're delusional, but then, oh my God, that's a whole other frickin' thing that is ridiculous. but people are coming in with evidence, but they're the delusional ones, is bizarre. So, for the longest time, I'm running around trying to tell their town, like, no, it's real, it's real. But now, whatever is happening, I don't know how real it is, but it mimics bugs. I mean, it like looks like crustaceans and creatures, and they move. And just if you want to see that weirdness, I try to keep it all in a playlist, but I don't think that matters. Like if you just look at my channel, like what I'm trying to say is I try to keep the weird, gross stuff. Like I don't know how else I can do it other than the coquina parasite site, the Beyond site. That's why all these tests come back negative. Blah 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 blah. It is getting freaking hot out here. What was that? Like somebody taking my picture? You know? Like it's clear enough for there to be stars, right? But I mean, I can almost see the whole tail of the Scorpio. Whoa, whoa, them. Jesus, Lord. Yeah. I feel like they're scrambling shit right now. Literally, my housemate went to the store, and when he came back, I was like, I feel like I ate some acid or something, and I didn't. So, yeah, I don't know. I just feel differently weird. Strange. Does anybody know about who Oliver Tree is? Because that's some interesting stuff. I just, Antarctica, he's been there like twice, and dude, I just watched something literally today, because I guess he died, probably for talking. Okay, it is hot out here. Richie from Boston. So I get things like that on the regular, but I mean, that could be a planet, but it could also not be, or a star, or any of them. Concentrated pockets of light is what I first started noticing. These like, or that, like it's very War of the Worlds like to me, and that's how it seems to appear. Like it's beaming down. And if that was the 5G tower, first off, I don't think the 5G tower does blink at all. A heat dome. Goofy words. But it did kind of look like that. I mean, that's not the thing. That is not the thing. Which I was saying, I feel like they did change it from weather modification to mimicking, so that's all I got on that one. Yeah, that's like a little noticeable. I mean, the chemtrails have been noticeable, have they not? And then you still have people being like, no, that's just condensation. I'm like, do you see that plane versus this one? Do you tell the difference? But it's like whiting out around me. Although, when I came out here this morning, it looked all whited out, kind of like it is enclosing on me now. But, like, yeah, no clue. But I seem to notice when I do get the bright ones that there's somebody in the sky. Time, how the fudge is it an hour and 3 minutes? Am I reading this right? Guess I correct, but time is speeding up too, dude. Like it'll be 5 a.m. and then it's 5 p.m. and it's freaking the next 5 a.m. the next time. Bizarre. Yeah, and they don't really like you talking about the truth. It's weird. Like, it doesn't look right to me. Just doesn't. There's a lot of people outside tonight too. That's weird. Also, kind of. It's a 55 plus community, so like, what are they doing out now? I'm teasing. I mean, I'm not. It is, but I was gonna say I'm grandfathered in, sorta. Concentrated pockets of light, or these bright ass white clouds, which doesn't look that bright right there, right here, right now. But so then, Nate, where's the stupid? Whoa! That was big enough to. Oh, it's hot though. Where did an hour go? Exactly. My thoughts, your thoughts. Richie from Boston's thoughts. That guy's a trip. I once right over my house, and I felt like something was. So I don't know how it looks through the film. We'll have to go back and rewatch it, but like, who is not seeing this bright ass thing? Because I am, but like I've watched it get bigger, get littler, not be there at all. It's like very captivating. So like if I'm so captivated by it, why does nobody else notice it? Mm, it's the 5G tower. 5G tower humps, jumps. I guess so. Green. Okay, that was the most fake lightning I ever did see. It would look pretty fake to me. Well, I'm live and I wasn't and I wasn't. Okay, so like now it like flips it around on me to try to be slick. What was that blue light though? Cause like, whew, that's kooky. They did that. I didn't do that. They did that. It like went back to the home page or whatever. I don't know. So that's happening behind me. Because they flipped the camera on me too to try to be cool. Maybe they're looking at the beams. Yeah. I mean, it could be, and like that's my yard right there. So like wait, no, it's not. Never mind. But I forgot it's behind me. But either way, what was that super low? I filmed stuff a lot. I mean, it just did it again. I thought. I'm not that talented with. Oh, you're in the UK. Are they See, I feel like we're under the crown still, and just I feel like it already is the whole new blah 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 blah. That's what I think. Let me flip this. See, I hear lots of jets. That one was bright. I'm working my way back to it. Like, if you want to keep your channel, you'll be quiet. I guess. Oh, I guess. Because I said that's the fakest lightning I ever did see, and then it cut off. But then it came back. Whoa. Fireworks show. So I feel like my theory is proven. No more than gravity, because that's just a theory too, bro. That's awfully red. Sahara Sands, is that the other? I can see your channel. Yeah, there really is a lot of strange stuff happening, that's for sure. That is for sure. And also, why I feel like we're kind of sort of under the crown is because you guys have that like mile marker over there in London that's like bank exempt or whatever, just like DC and just like the Vatican. I mean, I don't know exactly how I'm pasting that together, but I kind of like a comment. La 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 la. But it's hot. Whales. See, that isn't right either. Fires. See, my friend Howard is from, I shoot, the mountain people. Norway, I believe. And, yeah, a lot of fires right now. like before it was even, I don't know, ooh, mountainside. Fires on the mountain. It's a Grateful Dead song, and probably lots of other things, but Wales. Welsh? Wales? Okay, Scotland, thank you. Because I had just heard that maybe they were like, maybe it's Scotland, or maybe, yeah. Yeah, Scotland doesn't normally have fires, I don't think, either. And those, Prince of Wales, King Charles, okay. And Richie from Boston, that channel, what was it? Um, oh man, come on, Lou, you can do it. Isn't one of them in jail now? I'm thinking of Andrew. Different countries. Well, like they say that over here too, but this is my thing with that, or whatever they're saying about Trump, is that, yeah, I bet so. And, I mean, the bloodlines go back and back and back for a long time. Oh, you kind of nailed that one, like, pin on the donkey. It says there's 0 people here, but you're communicating with me, so I tend to not believe the 0. Um, weird things. It's like so in our faces at this point that, I was gonna say, I think World War One had something to do with like the, it's all usually family squabble dobbles, something like that. Victoria, that's not the most recent queen, right? So the one that, oh, for sure, like more than, thank you, other whoever handled that. Um, so sick. Like, it's bad. No, and I feel like it's just like, yeah. I mean, what's up with Elon anyway? The Doge or whatever that dodgy situation was. He's from Africa. His daddy was an emerald miner. So, like, why are we. I mean, most of America has been from somewhere else. My grandpa came from Italy, so, like, I'm all about. I think people are not meant to be in one place, and we're supposed to kind of be nomadic and travel around. Oh, dude, that's some heavy duty stuff right there. And it was only a couple years ago that, like, okay, we kind of all knew that that was like a setup when it happened, right? I didn't know. There you go. Isn't it named that even maybe now? What I didn't know though until a few years ago was that the um, the the guy she was dating's father is super powerful, and he was like, "No, this is some nonsense, and I want like justice. Y'all like killed my son and her, and blah 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 blah." And I guess like it kept going to court, blah 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 blah. But when you're like, when they are the court, there's not much you can do. Exactly, it was already called. So like, I feel like and I didn't even know any of this until just a few years. I mean, I knew whatever I just said. Clearly, we all knew that the situation happened, but I didn't know. Whoa, that his father was all about trying to at least get justice for his son, but also bring some truth out. They didn't like that very much. So I feel like they went to court within maybe the last like 3 years or something for the last time, and he can't talk about it anymore. That's right. I mean, that has been the common conception. Is that? I know misconception is a word, but I mean, conception must be too. The redhead with Meghan Markle. Harry, that moved over here. Now, see, I'm not up on stuff enough to even remotely say who would be the father, but I feel like I do know, like whatever the story is. Interesting. Well, like he wasn't even all that into her, from what I could tell. I mean, he always liked that Camilla woman. I mean, they're married now, I think. So, well, damn. You could be very, I mean, you live over there closer than I do. You very well could be right. And where's Kate? What's up with that? Now that you just brought that part to my attention. Oh, crazy. I tend to think she was a decent character too. Like she did a lot of good stuff. You hear the cannonball fire? What was that? I mean, I'm not saying exactly it's a cannonball, but just weird, and it's getting hot. Um, yeah, I would need to go re. Everything repeats any which way, but I would need to refresh my memory. But even the brother, the one that's more my age, I mean, they're both a little younger than me, but what's the other one's name? Where is Kate? I guess she would be the new one, not Harry, but the brother. See what I'm saying? Like the fog in the sky is messing with my dome head brain. They're over there still, but I remember like them saying she had the zodiac sign. Whoa, in the summer, and then nobody, I don't think, has heard from her. That was the porta potty. Oh wow. I mean, that is a pretty important role. Like you got to be comfortable with whoever's doing that, and so you're probably gonna. That's like pillow talk almost equivalency. I would say it's getting weird out here. I mean, it's getting weird regardless, and I don't understand how more people don't notice that. Maybe they do, maybe they don't. And yeah, no, they don't care because like the whole like Bernstein, or the Home Depot. It's now the Home Depot. I don't know if you guys have those over there, but just changing of the words and changing of the this, and it's like we're divided on different timelines. I feel like certain people, or like there's this televangelist dude, Joel Olstein, but I guess for like the past 10 years he's been going by Osteen. Just weird stuff. It's like, I don't know, is that dividing us up? I mean, clearly it is. Conquer and divide, oldest play in the book. That's not what I meant. I meant, is it like, I don't know exactly what I mean. It's hard to put it into words, but and I feel like, well, that impaler makes me think of like imploding, and I feel like I'm not the best with history because it's a mystery and his story and all that jazz, but I feel like he was hardcore and maybe not all that. Is friendly the right word? Didn't he do some crazy shit? I guess is what I'm saying. Asking. Okay, boom. So there you go. And that's another thing. Romania. Wait, why am I saying? I think there's crazy castles in Romania just like Transylvania. They both sound Ania when I. Mania. Interesting. I'm gonna have to reread this chat later when I can like actually like do some research. YouTube. No, thank you. I appreciate that. Because it's like a lot of it, um, I feel like it's just like an inner knowing. And I don't know what those two dots are doing there. Well, feel free to. I don't ever be like subscribe to people because I feel like yeah, talk about like a international, yeah, like everything they showed us on the cartoons and things is I feel like what he was. And oh, I was gonna say I don't ever tell people. It's very rare. Like before I had 50, just so I could film with the, oh, like look like angel wings, which I feel like a lot of it's allegorical. I don't know why I just switched to the Bible because that looked like an angel. But if you look at a copy of your brain, not that everybody has access to a machine to get a whatever of their brain, but if they did, it looks like angel wings, and that's what made me think of that. Which William Donahue is a good channel. Also, he's been dead and gone for a while, but he's from New Jersey, and he was a preacher at one time. But long story short, he had a lot of questions, so he had to like be like, oh, I can't even do this anymore. But he goes on teaching it, but like not in a, I mean, it only takes two people to make a church. So where I go with that is, oh, the angel, the pineal gland, and I think it was in the land of, no, I don't think it was in the land of Peniel. Show. We don't share the same blood as them. There's something wrong with their blood that's special. Interesting. Interesting. That's what you put too. Yeah, I seem to agree with that. And I also think it is weird that a woman can have a baby and not have the same blood as. Because I know that I didn't have the same blood as my mother because I know she had to have a shot, like, after having me. And I know she was like, see, that's another thing. I don't know what my blood type is anymore. Back in the day, everybody had their little bracelets on saying what kind of blood they got. And I've been having a lot of like lab work done this year, and I always ask, and I'm like, they're like, oh, that's a special request. Well, can you request to find the flip out? What do you mean it's a special request? Because like, gosh forbid something happened, you would need to know. Anyway, my mom was one of the most common ones. I feel like that's O positive. So either way, I feel like my dad is another one of the decently common ones, and I'm not. I don't know this for factually true, but it feels right that I'm neither of their blood type, and I don't know if that's possible. That's why I don't know. I mean, clearly it might be. They both have brown eyes. I don't have brown eyes. Either way, that's a little bit different, but I know I'm negative. I just don't know if I have that factor, but it almost feels like, do I really got to ask her? You know, that kind of thing. And I can't ask my mom, she's not around. I was just rhyming. Acorn. Acorn. Pineal gland. Land of peniles, where I think Jacob or Isaiah or somebody had their vision, right? And, oh, you're right. You're right. APB, you're right. Well, I heard that you can, like, not that this is that trustworthy. I just realized that. I heard you can order, like, a test from Amazon. Whew, they're bringing in the freaking temperatures. And find out what your blood type is. Like, right at home. But that's interesting. Herbs and such. That's really cool, though. I know. Isn't it weird none of us know? Because I feel like that so used to be a thing. I remember a little bracelet, like, oh, positive, this, that. And it's also weird that one of the bloods can, like, if you have a certain kind of blood, you can hand it out to, not hand it out, but, you know, you can give it to whomever. But if you don't have that kind of blood, then you're kind of screwed. Or not that exactly, but yeah, read between the lines. Why is it that one of them is, oh, I think it's B. B positive? B positive, dang it. Yeah, one of them can give to everybody, but others not so much. Oh my gosh. Dude, I've been to the stupid ER on July 1st. Biggest mistake. I mean, I guess some good things came out of it, but nothing like from them per se. I learned some things by like going into their dumb portal because they wouldn't give me any discharge papers, yada, yada, yada. Ugh, it was a nightmare. Dude, it was more like jail. Let me just get this out and then I'll be done. shit was stupid. They profiled me, which I understand how I look right now. I get it. Any which way, when you're in, they admitted me around 6:30 at night, and I didn't know this then, but I know it now. Long story short, if you have an IV, there's usually an IV pole, right? That bitch is mobile, mobile, so you can move and get up and go to the bathroom, whatever, whatever. And then the little electrodes, the telemetry, I believe. Long story short, I was in that stupid emergency room, and mind you, it has no like I could go like all of 4 feet when I had to pee, because there's no like call nurse help button. Because why? Let me think about it. Because you're in the stupid emergency room, so like they're supposed to be paying attention to you, but they're not. I feel like we're gonna have some storms. No, I don't know. It's hard to say, but you could be right. So it was kind of like jail, dude. Was this a long time ago or recently? Because I feel like you shared that with me. Dude, the Shriners, just all, dude, this hospital was very cultish. It was the weirdest freaking experience of my life. It was reminiscent of jail, which I have been in. And like, so I had to rifle through their stupid drawers to find a pee cup to pee in. Dude, it was ridiculous. But I didn't know what they were saying about me until I got home and went into their dumb little portal. And I have a 9 millimeter dilation on my pancreas. Come to find out, in theirs, they failed to document that. Oh, they also said that I have a history of HIV. You can't just say that about somebody. You cannot say that. And if I had not just had blood work done, I know things got real serious for a minute. Breathe. You can't observe that in 3 minutes of talking with a person. They were trying to discharge me, and then once I passed the psyche valve, because the emergency room doctors, it was Zach Morris with brown hair from Saved by the Bell. I could be his mom, and I'm not even all that old. But the point being, they were like, psychiatric evaluate and treat, like get her out and take her to the psych ward. Well, the best like write-up report I have is from the not stupid, it's from the psychiatrist guy. So the whatever, it was some bullshit. It was some bullshit. I'm like, oh my god, it was such bullshit. I'm like, am I ever going to see a doctor? And then they're discharging me. Then all of a sudden, once I pass psych eval, they're like, oh shit, we got to keep her. But I go upstairs. It was literally like a transaction in an alleyway. Like some doctor came up to me and was like, we're going to give you what you need. Well, what is that? Because like I came here for diagnostic testing because I can't get anybody to order a blood serology parasite test. Nobody will do it. They won't do it. I'm literally working with infectious disease to get rid of this hepatitis C that I've had for 25 years. That I didn't even know you could be a carrier and it not be active, which is me. So like, why would I even take that medicine? Except for the fact that I got other weird shit happening. Any which way. They gave me the medicine, but they coded me F22, which is very interesting because that's my very first apartment ever. And it's kind of like sitting on a lawsuit, but like, I don't want to go to court. However, I did realize that like hospitals, you ain't gonna make it into no damn courtroom. They have like you know what I mean? So they'd have to settle. But like as the notes stand right now, you can't just be saying has a history of HIV. You cannot be saying that. And that is like some psychological bullshit too, if I may, because if I had not just been tested in April, I would be freaking. What kind of shit is that? And not only did they give me 28 quantity of albendazole, 400 milligrams twice a day, and ivermectin, both of them. Okay, I thought maybe they were just trying to get me the F out of there by whatever. I put my insurance. I'm like, do I need a prior authorization even when I'm at a hospital? Anyway, yeah, you do. So I put all of them on the phone because I wasn't gonna leave if I wasn't getting the medicine. But I feel like I fell for their dumb fuckery again, which I kind of did. But due to that, because I didn't even know they diagnosed me as such. I didn't know they were saying I'm like in psychosis and crazy shit like that. But at the same time, they must know that I wasn't, because why would you come up to me and say, I'm going to give you what you need with some steroids? I'm like, you can keep those. Like, what does that do to a human? It makes them bigger, right? I had just done some research, and I read that it triples a parasite's what have you. Anyway, when I looked into their stupid portal, back to the portal of it all, I was in that. The only other time I've been admitted in my life was in 2019, and I let that same hospital, it was different owners, but I let them do an endoscopy where they stick the thing down your throat, which means I let them do whatever, Lord only knows. Yeah, it is. And like for the longest time, I was like, haha, I don't have that. I didn't get whatever, right? But like, oh, I'm ahead of the game. But little did I know, because I got other weird shit happening that doesn't even, it's like it's Voldemort, like you can't say it out loud or some shit. So to try to, so when I did look in their portal, which they, anything to do with the pancreas, like it should have been triage right to GI, hello, they didn't even put that down at all. And so when I was there in 2019, they found a 4 millimeter whatever in my common bile duct with no shadow. Well, this 9 millimeter motherfucker is not a stone and it's not a mass. So like, it's retarded. So I'm almost done with this hepatitis C medicine, which is, I know it is crazy to even be taking their, oh my God, but it is, Jesus, Lord in heaven, it's knocking something out of me. It's helping, because I was on a very hardcore regimen for a very long time, and I will be again real soon because I'm almost done. It was 3 periods of 28 pills, 28 days. Everyone's trying to, yes, I took them. So well said. Everybody's targeting is different and tailored to them. I'm always saying, like, very similarly to that, that it seems to be pretty much the same, whatever the hell I got going on. They want to call it this, whatever, M word. Either which way, little tweaks here and there. And it does make it all the easier to deny and, yes, make us look crazy. Good God. Yeah, foreknowledge is important. Like, awareness is key. I mean, it is altering people. My dad's not my dad anymore. Like, all three. Yeah. And back with the chemtrail and the bugs, dude, I don't know. I mean, yeah, that's the funny part too. You're trying to tell everybody, no, I promise it's real. It's really happening. But then now I'm like, but they're fake. These ain't real. I don't know. But they're doing something. And weird shit comes out my body on the regular, and I would really like it to be over with. But I think ultimately you gotta like change everything, which is like you're eating, you're like all the things. And that's a task. And then it's even more a task now because of the price of everything. So like to even eat remotely healthy, it's fucked up. Oh, yeah. Right? They really do. They really do. No, I followed though. I knew what you meant. Don't be sorry. It's a board game. I always like to say. Yeah. Glad you're well though, APB. I don't know if you ever moved, but I'm glad you're well. Yeah, I mean, it's making words are spells, 100,000%. And a diagnosis is exactly that. Exactly that. Because when they diagnose you, it's like worse than a freaking physical attack, like getting bit by a dog, because you believe it, mind, body, soul. Then you're screwed, because your body. I mean, I'm not telling y'all anything you don't know, but when it is acting up, those symptoms are telling you what you need to adjust and or change to like get back to homeostasis. But shit, they're making it hard. Well, yeah. Oh, the music, the 808 machine specifically, like that 808 machine where it has the catchy beat and changing the hertz. That hurts. It backmasking, dude. It's wild to me how I can like hear a song that I don't even know the band per se, but I know all the words to. Isn't that strange? From like maybe 30 years ago. It's weird, but there's a reason for this. There's a reason for this, and you just said it. And then come to find out I was also in that stupid gateway program, and I see that blue thing above the tree, so I don't know. Dude, the Beatles said a lot of shit. The cartoon movie of all things, with Jeremy, the whatever thing, yeah. Whenever stuff started going on with me, at first I thought it was carpet beetles, and then I was like, oh, a scarab beetle. That so I was like trying to be okay with it. Like I don't even know how people. I bet you the suicide moo rate is up for people that are dealing with what I got going on. Because if I did not have a prior, Jesus, I hear the same about Kurt Cobain just recently. Like that he was gonna like say a bunch of shit, and that's why. Like I know there's always been conspiracy about blah blah blah, but yeah, little tweaks here and there. Flight of speech, though. The only reason I know that is because they wrote that down in the file, and so I had to Google what is flight of speech. But so in their own thing, I found out about a formula. Like so much incompetence or just lack of, I don't even know. Like, am I really the smartest person? No, I'm not. I'm kind of being cocky, but those stupid tests always used, my mother would always be proud because I would like whatever in the 98 percentile, whatever. And now I'm like starting to wonder, like maybe that wasn't just bullshit, if that makes sense. Like there's a lot of stupid people, is I think what I'm saying. And yeah, there has to be somebody with credentials more than me that knows what the flip is going on. And but I can't seem to find one. I have a 2-year degree in medical assisting from 21 plus years ago, which is why I knew that like there are very few things that can eat through skin, hair, nails, and even fake teeth. Wood teeth, George Washington, come on. And now I'm really regretting paying $12,000 like however many years ago to get these nice teeth that are a lot of the problem. Biofilm, biofield, because I'm like, okay, aura, heard about that was my line for the longest time. Yeah, it's coming to fruition all right. And yeah, it's showing up is. Like, I think sometimes it won't even let me show your comment, even if I try. I don't know. And then I lose my track of thought. Flight of speech. But then the flight of speech is when you do say a bunch of things, but it all connects, I guess. Dude, the AI is a trip. And it'd be lying too. Like, oh my gosh. Like, I don't even fuck with ChatGPT anymore, really. But like, anytime you even Google, you're using, like, it turns into the Gemini. I'm like, personalization, no, just answer with the F I asked. You know, I did hear like similar about the and another thing at the hospital, your D wave made me think about my T wave. My T, like every single test I did was abnormal. The CAT scan, something on my heart, right ventricle of my heart is making it like longer for, like taking longer to react. And then like I at another doctor's appointment, which I'm only doing the doctors this year because my out of pocket maximum or deductible or whatever is met. So might as well get all these stupid tests done and then go back to doing what I was doing, which was being my own doctor, because you best be. D-Wave. Oh. Yeah, okay. Something with my T-Wave, though, was not correct. And I don't even know what all that means. But they paid attention to literally nothing. It was the biggest mistake I ever made. I don't know about that, because I found out I have codes, other codes from all these other doctors I've been seeing since September 11th, 2024, saying fungus this, fungus that. I, oh, it's just too much to even go into. But March 2nd of 2024, because, like, who's even going to know to go in and to their insurance claim and look at the diagnostic codes? I mean, maybe if you would have took 2 more semesters and got double majored and got your degree in medical billing and coding too, aka myself, which I didn't do, but I know enough about the codes. So once I found out that they diagnosed me delusional, oh yeah, and they're stupid. They keep submitting it to the insurance to get it covered, and the insurance tells me, like, sorry, we can't cover that because it's a psychiatric. Like, why? Like, why would you? It doesn't even make sense. So that's that. To finish that thought, I was saying I thought they were just trying to get rid of me, but they resubmitted it to my insurance company. Not well, once when I was there, twice, three times. A lady, three times. That like you can. I don't know how legal that is. Like I don't. Are you allowed to just fill out insurance papers for the F of it that aren't true? Yeah, it's so stupid. Um, Red, Rosicrucians too, I think. All that ties back together. So yeah. I mean, I used to end up at an emergency room way back often, like not often, but pretty often, and for reasons that like I caused, and then like had to go get help type shit, and not like the best of reasons. My point though is they would help you. Like I don't know what day and age we're in. I'm only 46 years old, and this world is foreign to me. And I even grew up with a computer. Like I don't really remember there not being a computer because my grandfather was a engineer at Wright Pat. I'm born not far from there, but either way, it's getting hot, and my mind is Jesus getting jumbled. So yeah, heat lightning, sure, but I'm not buying that. It's some kind of lightning or some kind of lights, and the fires kind of samesies. That was a lot of whatever. It just kind of something gassed me up. Why did I miss this one? The one that's always been with us, not the fake digital crap. Oh, I was gonna say about the hill. The talk about the telepathy kids, and they go like meet up on the hill and converse. I heard that about the AI. That like the AIs are getting together and conversing somewhere, which okay, something has been a silent partner to us for eons. Makes me think of archons. Um, hadn't heard voices and was moved by them. Okay, in regard to light, light can put voices in your head. Like they figured, they know this to be true. Am I saying that right? Light, because without sound, you have to have light to have anything. And dude, yeah, damn, APP, good lord, not energetically, it needs physical form. And so many people are all about merging with it. Told them to create tech. Had our number already if we had a parent. Who was it? Yeah. Well, my name is not that, but it's real similar. I mean, it's lightning. It's some kind of light. It's not, like that. Things be mutating and changing. That's the best I got. That's the light. Cuckoo, cuckoo. It is all real cuckoo. And then, like, if then once you kind of start putting things together to try to like let somebody else in on it, like yet again, you come across like a crock pot. That's not what I was trying to say. Oh, the harp. And of course, they're gonna call it that, right? Which validates your point with the stupid, the words, the spells, the stupid songs. Yeah, yeah. But like lately, I do see beams shoot down. I have a short on here that is like it like came in through the window, like in my room. Red ones, red things. There's so many hypotheses out there, or so many what have yous that it's hard to know what to think anymore, but I feel like as long as you're a righteous, kind person, that just is, we don't have to make it this complex. That's what I told him at the ER. I'm like, I have a complex infection, and I would see that blue beam that just shot across the screen. Like, what's that about? You crackpot. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Like, fuck. Yeah. Oh my god. Yeah. I feel like it also kind of, it's easier to target us because, like, I don't know, I'm either, right now I'm not itching because I'm covered in, like, dog shampoo. Lord have mercy. Like, it's like, it's laugh or cry this era that we are in. So I try to laugh when I can because otherwise I'd be crying all the damn time. And just be decent. Like, just be a decent fucking human. It's not that hard. Amen. I like that, Pure of Heart. And that was one of my favorite movies as a kid, was Sword in the Stone. And it's got to be something to it like that. I would like to think, you know? And so earlier I was saying how we can think one thing and, like, you know, be on the hill ready to die for it or whatever. But you get more information and that changes ultimately. And so I always reserve the right to change my opinion because if I get presented with new information, I mean, you know, and there's a lot of that going on, a lot of information, a lot of misinformation, a lot of just derail you altogether. It feels like, dude, save the world. Save the cheerleader and save the world. I had this, no, I was like somewhat enhanced in my mind, but long story short, that's very rare with me, but I think I can do it. Which I did, like, kind of let them, I gave consent to go wherever I went. And I was on psychedelics. But that doesn't always mean, like, it didn't happen. I don't know. But long story short, I had to go somewhere and negotiate to save the world either which way, or, like, buy us a few more years. Who knows what was really going on. But it's just weird that you say that, because that was, like, one of my last, like, crazy trips. That was that. And then whenever I came out of said meeting, it was like kind of like Times Square, and I was like, I was somebody super important because I was like on all the screens, and they're like, so how does it feel to know that you, like, save the world, basically, or like, I don't know, bars for a year, whatever. Reporters were lined up wanting to talk to me, and I'm like, I just gotta use the bathroom, which actually kind of connects to me needing to go to the damn bathroom at the hospital and basically being chained to a bed. Fucking weird. Persevered. That's the only way. Yeah, I like, they picked the wrong one for this nonsense. I mean, not all days are as confident as this one right here, but, like, yeah, no stopping at this point, Andy. It's like full steam. Like, that train is off the tracks. It ain't. You can't stop that shit. But I do feel like, how do I feel? I feel like if enough of us come to our damn, okay, put it this way. I can summarize this real easy. There is a very big difference between power and control. Like, for example, if a group, if I'm like, I wonder if I can get through this, it's like 4 sentences maybe. If a herd of sheep knew that it was one sole dog that was, like, keeping them in wherever they're keeping them, all of them sheeps could, like, turn around and, like, trample the dog and, like, go be free where they want to be. But they don't know that. So, with that, I'd like to think that if, like, collectively we could do better, something, because it sometimes has to get worse before it gets better. I don't know, man. I don't. Hospitals, who would have thought? Yeah, I know the American Red Cross is not good, or Salvation Army, maybe both of them. Oh my gosh, it's the oldest play in the book, The Conquer and Divide. Like, for the longest time with the whole flat earth thing, I'm like, I'm team rhombus. Because, like, honestly, I don't know what good it can do, really. So, like, I'm not gonna, like, sit and fight about it. I forget about your Mormonism. Mormonism. You know, it does hurt one's soul. Yeah, yeah. They do want negative vibes, and they are getting them. I mean, this country over here divided as all hell, and like, yeah, it's a hot mess. And the she, they, them, or the they, them, like, come on. And you got kids. There's schools with kitty litter in the bathrooms because a kid wants to identify as a damn kitty cat. Meow. It's not. It's. I wish I was kidding with this shit. And then it's also like even hard for me to swallow because it's hard to take the shit seriously or process it in your brain when you've been. It gives a whole other. That might be Mars if it lets me do it. But I mean, I don't know what anything is anymore. Um, I do and I don't. I go by feeling, and I just be a decent person. And I don't know why more people can't do that. Hopefully they can. I feel like I don't know what I feel like. We have this whole other generation now, or two or three. Like, all I know is that if I would have been gay or what have you back in the day, like, I would be really livid, like, at how celebrated it all is now, you know? Yeah, that's like the Transformers, Trans for Mars. Dude, yeah, that's what. Well, Florida actually had to make a law that like the teachers cannot talk to the children about their sexuality K through 6. Like the fact that that even needs to be a rule is kind of whack. But like, and that also just boils back down to the breaking up of the nuclear family, because no parents are hardly raising their own children anymore. Like, even people my age, a lot of them went to daycare. I didn't. And my mother made my baby food. I think that's some of it too, is I was breastfed. Because I do not know how I'm as sane as I am with all the psychedelics. Then I had like the stupid opiate phase. And now they got everybody on freaking speed out here after turning everybody into opiate needers. Needers. Oh my God, it is really sick. And it's all very layered. And if they don't get you one way, they will get you another. It is jacked. And like the way they're, all these scientists and people that deal with super important what have you came, up missing. Like again, I don't follow along with like current events. I don't, I don't watch a lot of even scripted television. I'm trying to flip the script back to like reality. That's the other part, right? You got crazy shit going on that's like psychologically, physically, what have you, draining already. Like having to see weird things exit and move. And then, so like that's a trip in itself. And then you're trying to share that with somebody else. And then, oh, dude, it's a freak show. No tea for you? The colostrum. See, that word is coming in the zeitgeist these days too. And like, wouldn't you think, like, they're keeping, if anybody, I don't know, it just seems like common sense to me, which I know is out the window with critical thinking, but sometimes you need to throw logic out the window. But you would think they would keep the umbilical cord for like when you needed something later down the line, right? Line, and there's like a cord. Yikes. I feel like we've all been MK Ultra to an extent. I didn't even realize like how bad of one until just in some form or fashion, kind of like he said earlier, about just little tweaks here and there, enough to not, because like I feel like, because I was in the GATE program or whatever, which I didn't even know that like the gifted and talented program was the GATE program, the hemi syncing of the brain. But I will tell you, I can remember things when I was in diapers, like memories. My memory goes back pretty far. But I have like a whole 4 or 5 years of Fridays that I don't remember anything except for going to, like, walking to my elementary school, getting on a bus, going to the more inner city school on Fridays for whatever I did in the GATE program, which I don't know, but I do know that when I hear the beginning of that, like, kind of like the old internet used to sound back when you had to pick, do you want to use the phone or do you want to use the internet? Oh my word. And now it's all just in this powerful scrying screen in my hand. And computers seem to be, like, I know they're not obsolete, but I mean for the everyday person, they kind of are. Oh boy, yeah. Sigils are powerful. There we go. Yeah, a lot of people don't see these things. They're the writing on the wall. I feel like they do got to tell us because of, like, universal and cosmic law, but at the same time, I feel like they also, well, that's not, like, contradicting what I was about to say. What I was about to say is that I feel like they get off on telling us right in our freaking faces. Also, and it's also, like, sucky when you find out that, like, anybody on the main stage is compromised to an extent, for sure. And even if they're not, like, fully, like, participating, if they're not and they're keeping their mouth shut about it, that's just as bad, if not maybe worse. Oh, like, we'll just, ooh, it's gnarly. It's a gnarly world out here. It's an interesting time, though, to be alive. That is for certain, but I don't know. Like, we're still getting hung up on race and colors and crayon boxes. Come on, y'all. Like, stupid little shit. There is still a group in India that keeps their still. Wow. Wow. That's wild. That is really wild. And I mean, you should be able to do it. And hence, like, that's education coming in. That was all Rockefeller stuff. Hospitals, all that, too. Like, have your baby at the hospital. Or, like, if you didn't have your baby at the hospital, like, in my day coming up, when my friends started having babies, like, oh, that's so taboo. I have to tell you, do it doesn't, something if you don't see. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Yes. Because they don't want you knowing your potential or the powers that you have. And you got the stupid, the bite is even out of the damn apple on the Apple product, yo. I mean, not that you didn't know, but, like, it's so in our faces that it's, like, a bit much. And hard to even, like, yeah. We are the being of light. We are light. And without light, there's nothing. So, equivalently, light is, sound is the light, and the light is the sound, because you have to have the light to have the sound. Something like that. But it like, scientifically, if you will. Oh, God. I used to say back when, like, modern academia meant something, I don't know that it ever damn did. I don't know that it ever did. Okay, I'm gonna go inside. It's warm, but I did enjoy this conversation. Definitely did. Well, I definitely did. Oh, and only just to finish my thing, just to say, water is a powerful thing. And I also, now that you just brought that up, I think all the elements are, oh, it's supposed to be the Perseid meteor shower, and something just caught my eye. That doesn't mean it was what it is, but water. We have the most fresh springs in all of the world, I believe, definitely the nation, but I cannot drink my water. What is up with that? Chakras. And see, a lot of people don't even know shite about it. Or, like, how, like, taking a few deep breaths will calm you down quicker than, like, all the SSRIs or antidepressants. Like, they literally, I just found this out not that long ago. They only did, like, one clinical trial with Prozac, and, like, 5% of the placebo group felt better and 5% of the people on the medicine felt better. So that literally tells you nothing, but walking in nature will actually lower your blood pressure, lower your this, lower your that, a few deep breaths. My mother taught me deep breaths. when I was a kid. Why don't they teach that in school? I'm glad you did. I'm glad you did. It's been a while. I haven't seen you at SSGG in forever. And yeah, no, it was nice to catch up. Definitely, definitely. Really was, truly. Like, if it wasn't for my virtual friends, you work with what you got, you know? And kind of had to make friends elsewhere, which is you. Oh, yeah, they definitely don't want us in nature. And Yellowstone, it's all messed up too. Like, any place anybody wants, what the fuck was that? If you want to go somewhere, I'm always like, go there because I feel like you won't be able to. And like, I'm watching that happen. Like the acidic pools out there, you used to be able to walk around there. See, I thought namaste meant the light in me sees the light in you, and then somebody told me recently that it just means hello. But either which way, I like I like the light in me sees the light in you, because we can identify each other. So like, that's the hope. You gotta have the hope at least that like people are finding each other. I mean, there's only so much we can do, but like we got to do all we can do. But like, I can't get hung up on Joe, Tim, and Tom over here because they don't want to hear. If that made sense. Yeah. I mean, I've always felt like I had some purpose here. Always. And for me to have the background I've had with just doing stupid shit and this, that, and the other, how I'm even alive is a miracle. So there's got to be something more to it, which would be also why they fucking with me like they are. But yeah, that's a weird thing to say. Cause even like, oh god, the whole gang stalking thing. Like I was like, oh, years ago, not even all that long ago. Like I don't that's kind of crazy, right? That's not true. I have like literally zero doubt about that now. One thing, like, doesn't know another fact. You have to. You literally have to. And it's a process, and it takes discipline. And it takes, like, yeah, you gotta reprogram that shit. You gotta toss it out. Yeah, you really do. And, okay, yeah, I kind of interrupted before I finished reading, and you're saying it's the hardest thing you've ever done. Yeah, shit ain't easy. Yeah, exactly. I meant it for a reason, too. Amen to that. Yeah. Yeah, they are there, and like APB said, like different people, different, like different. What do they say? Whatever, not float your boat, but well, yeah, I think you're following what I'm throwing down. Because for some people, oh boy, it's almost like everything is real, but like it's all real at the end of the day. Israel is one of the first things you said, but yeah, it's hard to say. Who's to say really that like the waking life right now is in like how's then when you're asleep is I don't know, you know what I mean? I'm good. I'm glad to make anybody's day, especially somebody that I care about for. No, we're definitely not, because there's no way I would feel like an orphan. But I know that I do have like your I mean if your family doesn't have to be your bloodline anyway, but at the same time, like one way or another, we're all connected. We're all kind of family at the same time, regardless, sort of. Genetics is a fucking weird word. Genes. All the words are weird when you really. Etymology, I love. And it usually doesn't take much of breaking a word down to figure whatever out. Oh, that was like a bit of a cool breeze. It is weird out here, though. I mean, I moved that away for the weirdness, but it is weird. And it's been blizzard skies, like, all flipping year. And the moon isn't even in the right direction. I mean, to me, it seems really south. Oh, 100% we can. I believe that we can speak without talking. I mean, that's how we have your first telepathic communications usually are, well, with your animals for sure. They just want us dumbed down, and I've always said they're really good at what they do, but I feel like they're kind of getting desperate. Yes, animals, people, even trees. I don't know. I feel like trees got spirits too, or something with the tree. Well, I mean, hello, it's like the family tree, the Celtic tree, the tree of life. Okay, guys, it's warm though, but this was a pleasure for sure, and probably one of the more enlightening conversations I've had in a bit. So like, it's equally mutually much appreciated. They do, and they do. Oh, you gotta be vigilant. That's for fucking sure. Like my eyes have gotten so bad. I'm going to the ophthalmologist tomorrow. Thank goodness, because like I haven't even worn my glasses in months because it like doesn't make it any better. If anything, I feel like it just keeps shit in there. But like I'd like to be able to see again more. I mean, I gotta you gotta watch what you say because like I'll be like I can't see shit. Well, that's not true. I can see, but not like I should be able to see. And they say that the eye doctors are the ones that aren't. I will be okay. Bless you for saying that. Like that's one thing that I do know, but it's like, damn. Like if this ain't a test, I mean, some trials and tribulations and then some, but I feel like I'm passing with flying colors, and I don't love that. Um, yeah, it's weird when you're like speaking of yourself in a almost a third person, connected with whatever we're doing right here, right now, or at least what I'm doing, and y'all are understanding what I mean. I think so. Yikes, just yikes. And I guess some of them don't want to be woke up. Oh, that's beautiful. Ditto. It was taking me a minute to think of the word ditto, which is that from that movie Ghost. What did they do to Demi Moore's guy, Bruce Willis? They done effed him all up, lights and what have you. But yeah, feel free to come back. It was a pleasure. See, that light would have been flashing the whole damn time, but it isn't. Okay, y'all. Holy shit, it's hot out here, dude. Much love. Um, be good to yourself. Be good to others. But like, you got it. That's another thing. Selfish. They done twisted that shit around. If you're not taking care of your own self first and foremost, it's kind of like in the planes. Put on your mask first. Oh, you never heard my voice before today? Oh wow. I guess not. Yeah, it's interesting to think about it like that because Lord knows we've had communications, but that what a trip. What a trip. Um, it is all a trip. Yeah, you know is cool too. He just stumbled upon here. I assume it's a he. Feels like it. Intuition's been like pretty on point lately. And just follow your gut, visceral feelings. Oh, the thing. Yeah, isn't it beautiful how that happens? I mean, it's like you can't make this shit up, and you can't make things like organically come together like they are right here. The most beautiful of things in a gnarly world is very like gives you a little bit more oomph to like keep up, yeah, persevere and overcome, adapt, overcome. We have to. All right, with that, I'm out. But it is good to talk to both of you. Good to, yeah. I'm like, you never heard my voice before. What do you mean? That's funny. Oh man. Okay, it's fucking hot. All right, love you guys. Take care. Come back. You know.